old dog boxing, motherfucker.
So this past weekend, live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on DAZN, we all got to witness the card of the century, the last crescendo, and let me be the first to say that I was not disappointed. I was very entertained from start to finish. Just an overall great weekend of boxing and fights. But the fight that I was really impressed by was the opener between Callum Smith and Joshua Buatsi. This fight right here, nigga, was an absolute banger. This fight was a war, man. Both guys just went back and forth. And in the end, I believe that the judges got it right. I believe that the right man did get his hands raised because Callum Smith was the overall more busier fighter. But goddamn, shout out to both of these fellas for putting it all out there. I seen the game plan that Buatsi was attempting to run on Mundo by trying to get in the inside and fight in the phone booth. However, Callum Smith did a good job of adjusting. And anytime Buatsi got in close, Smith had right hands and left hooks waiting for when Buatsi got inside. In the 6th round, Callum Smith had Joshua Buatsi hurt and dazed. Looked like he was ready to go night-night, but then out of nowhere towards the end of the round, Buatsi hurt Callum Smith with a left hook of his own. He then followed up that left hook with a flurry of punches that would send Callum Smith to the ropes. But Callum Smith gets saved by the bell. But this is the type of exchanges that would happen throughout this whole fight. 1 minute it was all Callum Smith looking like he's gonna get Buatsi out of there. Then out of nowhere, here comes Buatsi, boom, with the power punch of his own, sending or forcing Mundo to get back. I'm telling y'all, this fight right here is definitely a fight of the year candidate. But overall, I had it 9-3 for Callum Smith or 8-4 for Smith because one could argue that a couple of those rounds were swing rounds. But I say all this to say Canelos' resume continues to age with time. And it keeps aging like fine wine, fam. And why do I say that? Well, when Canelo went up to the super middleweight division and he dethroned Callum Smith up there for his WBC, WBA, and Ring Magazine titles, a lot of Canelo Alvarez haters and detractors were claiming that Callum Smith was a Euro bum and that defeating Callum Smith was nothing to be proud of. You know, my grandma could have beat Callum Smith and this and that, right? But reality is that Callum Smith is in fact not a Euro bum. He is a world-class fighter. And just because Canelo made it look easy to defeat Callum Smith, that does not mean that Callum Smith is easy to defeat, like we've all seen this past weekend. And I'm going to say something right now that might hurt you Benavidez fanboys, but this is the Big Old Dog Boxing channel where I tell you guys no lies because this is my opinion. And what I have to say about this is I believe that Callum Smith is a harder puncher than David Benavidez at the light heavyweight division. There it is, I said it. That's right. Callum Smith is a harder puncher than David at the light heavyweight 175 division. And why do I say that? Well, it's because Callum Smith in his debut at 175 was against Gilbert Castillo Rivera. And that win over Castillo is a very underrated win because Mundo knocked out Castillo in that fight, right? But Castillo had never been knocked out before, okay? Gilbert Castillo has never been stopped before. And on top of that, Callum Smith gave this guy a seizure. David Benavidez ain't knocked nobody out since he's been at the 175 division. David Benavidez is a pillow-fisted fighter at 175. He's Devin Haney up there. So, yeah. Canelo's resume is aging like fine wine, man. And I know you haters are in hell right now, but it is what it is, man. Now, what I would like to see now, if David Benavidez can't get Bivol or Beterbiev, because they are now tied, right? They need a tiebreaker. And if Beterbiev and Bivol do decide to run it back for the third time, then for the time being, I would like to see David Benavidez run the squabble with Callum Smith. That's the fight to make now. And I did see Team Benavidez talking about a fight between Callum Smith versus Benavidez, and I'm with all of that. That fight's a banger. Who do I see winning that fight? I do see Benavidez edging that fight out because Mundo struggles with close range to inside fighters, and that's how David Benavidez fights. And if you take a look at all the fighters that gave Callum Smith problems were inside pressure fighters. John Ryder, Artur Beterbiev. Now Canelo Alvarez, although he's not a pressure fighter, he knows how to apply the pressure correctly. Another fighter that makes Canelo's resume age like fine wine is Dimitri Bivol, because at first Bivol was very unknown. When Canelo took that risk, people were calling him a cherry picker or cherry picker on Ron, but that's just a lot of casuals and haters saying that. But now that Dimitri Bivol defeated Artur Beterbiev, it makes Canelo's Alvarez's resume look better, because it shows you that there's no shame in losing to Bivol, especially if he could take down a demon like Beterbiev. And especially when you're a 5'7" undersized fighter who started his career at 140 pounds, moved all the way up, daring to be great. But it's all good, man. It's all good in the hood, because Canelo signed a 4-fight deal with Turki Al-Sheikh, and Bivol is on that contract. So if Bivol gets past Beterbiev, which he most likely will, then Canelo will have the opportunity to become a 2-time undisputed champion. And if Canelo can't get his lick back versus Bivol, and he does become an undisputed 175 light heavyweight champion, then I can't wait, man. Oh, man. I just can't wait to talk my shit, because I'm already knowing that all of these Canelo haters are going to be biting blood out their bottom lip, man, out of pure hatred and anger. And I can't wait. But guys, that's all I got for this one, man. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section, man. And you already know, once again, this has been your boy O-Dog, boxing in the mouth. This